Om 10 minuter kan ni se actionfilmen The Chain om polisen och vapenhandlaren som måste samarbeta. Men nu Ronnys rullar.
Ronnys rullar presenteras i samarbete med OLV.
Got a monopoly on rejection, you know. At least you're not me.
Cuddly.
Sweetheart, I'm not cuddly. I'm not a big girl. I'm not well-rounded. I'm absolutely fucking enormous. The only offers I get are from dickheads like Kevin Shit-for-Brains Granger. And even then after he's tried every other girl in the place. At the end of the evening, dancing with the desperate.
Men.
Look, let's have a night of debauchery while your parents are away. I'll nip home and get a video. You can break into your mum's Cinzano cellar. We'll have a threesome. You, me and Mel Gibson.
Hej och återigen varmt välkommen till Ronnys rullar. Det här var en scen ur filmen Get Real som är ett lite annorlunda debutverk som handlar om en ung man, Steven, och hans homosexualitet och problemet han har att finna kärleken och framförallt att finna modet att träda fram med sina känslor. Lite stelt spelad och berättad men ändå ganska schysst, och framförallt tycker jag Stevens väninna Linda är en härlig tjej. En kraftig tjej som är slagfärdig ordentligt och som har mål i mun verkligen. Lite annorlunda biounderhållning. Vill ni se det så gå gärna och se filmen Get Real. Finns få kopior runt om i landet. Den får 3 5 av 5 möjliga. Innan vi går vidare med biopremiärer så ska vi ta upp film på DVD som vanligt i Ronnys rullar. Och det är My Life So Far som kommit. Joe Hudsons film med Colin Firth i huvudrollen, min frus favorit, och han är en höjdare, är han verkligen. Och sen en klassiker, Sinbads 1000 äventyr, som är en av de här gamla härliga Ray Harryhausen-filmerna med hans monster, ni vet, och effekter. Det är kul med DVD när det kommer sådana godingar. Men nu över till någonting som är också lika fantastiskt egentligen som Sinbad. Det är Gladiator, Ridley Scotts storverk med Russell Crowe som Maximus, en krigshjälte som blir förrådd. Och svärd och sandal är det nu, ni kan tänka er det. Svärd och sandalfilmerna som Ben-Hur och Quo Vadis. Han blir alltså förrådd, Maximus, och han måste kämpa för sitt liv som gladiator på stora arenor.
What would you have me do, Caesar? I want you to become the protector of Rome after I die. I will empower you to one end alone, to give power back to the people of Rome and end the corruption that has crippled it. Would you accept this great honor that I have offered you?
With all my heart, no.
But there is also a kind of Monty Python factor in that, isn't it? Yeah. We've seen great things from them that we laughed about. And this is, how do you walk that fine line between, so it will be serious, because this is a very serious film, it's very, and it's tough.
Well, there was always I think Monty Python took the Mickey, if that's an English expression, you know what I mean by that? Yeah. They took the Mickey out of, I think, all those toga and sandal movies, right? Yeah. And all the big Roman epics with the life of Brian and Airplane 1 and 2 took the Mickey, you know, fairly little stabs at the old Roman epics and the Gladiator movies. So yeah, there was that little concern that we were about to set foot onto a well-trodden path up till about 40 years ago. And, you know, what now, when you look at them, can be regarded as kind of kitsch, right? The 1 or 2 were interesting, I think. The one that I enjoyed most, funny enough, was The Fall of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
With Alec Guinness.
I remember I saw the Quo Vadis with Deborah Carr, I think, Robert Taylor was
yeah.
That was one of the first I saw at cinema. It was a rerun.
Yeah. But it's so difficult to judge 40 years later.
Yeah.
It's so easy for us to be, you know, supercilious about it and think, well, it wasn't very good. But and yet you've still got to put yourself of, you know, who was doing terrific things at that time. Well, you know, Carol Reed was, Michael Powell was, John Ford was. There were some great directors.
Yeah.
Orson Welles was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I think they were kitsch even then.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
You will not be emperor.
Which was the older man is to take my place?
My powers will pass to Maximus, to hold in trust until the Senate is ready to rule once more. Rome is to be a republic again.
Maximus.
Now, what I really believed in was the idea of working with Ridley. You know, we didn't have a complete script. We didn't have all of the T's crossed and the I's dotted when we began, but I thought if I could convince him, you know, in certain areas of narrative, then sure as shit he was going to make it look good, you know.
Yeah, and it looks great. It's a great film.
Well, he's one of the great visual artists of our time, isn't he? Michael Mann actually described Ridley as in the top 2% of shooters who've ever existed in the history of cinema, and I don't disagree with him. And when he says shooter, he just doesn't mean director. It means a man who'll put his eye on the camera and he'll be involved in the construction of the frame, you know, having imagined it first. And that's the quality thing, you know, not making it up as he gets there, but having imagined what he wants to see first, drawing it on a piece of paper, and then as the months go by, watching that construction grow. I mean, you know, they probably tried to get this sort of thing done with a number of other directors, but Ridley was the first to bring a budget to them that was reasonable, you know, and that was because he was able to mathematically work out how he could construct 2/3 of the Colosseum, yet still shoot it as if it was 360 degrees, you know. And, you know, we went and we made this movie. You hear all this stuff about other films blowing out by $50 million and $100 million, and we've seen a number of films crest the $200 million mark, Titanic and Waterworld, you know. Here is this film with this epic scale and scope that was made for $103 million. Now that still sounds like, you know, a massive amount of money, but when you consider that that's less than half of what Waterworld cost, it's an incredible achievement. And it was finished on time, on budget, and it's a cracker of a movie. Now, that's why you want to work with Ridley Scott.
Gladiator är ett storartat bioäventyr. Det är våldsamt och vackert och det är en fröjd att se 3 gamla Hellraisers som Richard Harris, Oliver Reed och David Hemmings tillsammans i en sån här film. Det blev tyvärr Oliver Reeds sista film när han dog under inspelningen faktiskt. Dessutom är Derek Jacobi med också, och Russell Crowe är verkligen en storartad stjärna i vardande. Han är den stjärnan egentligen. Han kommer bli ännu större, helt klart. Stridsscenerna är makalöst häftiga. Detta är faktiskt ett härligt bioäventyr. Om man tål det väldigt våldsamma i den här filmen så är det ett väldigt bra val att gå på bio en kväll och titta på det, tycker jag. Kanske lite grabbigt, men ja, tjejer testar. Jag är i alla fall väldigt tagen av den här filmen. Det blir 4 5 av 5 möjliga till Gladiator. Ja, kära vänner, det var allt för den här veckan. Nästa vecka, då är det dags för Ronnys rullar, den sista för säsongen. Och då ska vi få träffa Michelle Pfeiffer. Tack för mig, hej då.
Jajamän, jag vet att det är min tur att hämta barnet dagis. Och så 2 lite mjölk. Vi ses sen. Puss, hej då.